had that problem. Yeah, no, I've never had that problem before. I was on, I just couldn't. Kevin, Todd is now co-host. So do you guys want to make me host again?
Yes, the stream is live now. I'm going to make you host again.
Great.
And Todd, thank you for helping me the other day. I was able to get my black face on. Let's see. I don't know if can you see it now? No, it's still not on. Oh, goodness.
Oh, your picture?
Yeah, he told me how to make it, without the picture, but it didn't work.
Okay.
I just tried it. See, that went wrong too.
Well, it's a nice picture.
I know, right?
Hi, everybody.
Of course.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy. I'm your Get Set Up guide. I'm hoping you can see me and hear me. Is that a thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
We were having a little technical issue. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hi, I'm Wendy. How many of you have taken this class before? Anne, okay. And Phyllis, you have?
No.
So you haven't, okay. No worries. So we have Todd here who is going to help with the chat and if you have any technical questions or difficulties, he's our go-to. So just a review quickly about Get Set Up. We're an organization that helps seniors, experienced adults is what I like to call us, teach others anything we know that might be of interest or educational to you. We don't get any kickbacks from anything we sell or talk about, not that we aren't doing that today. I'm really happy that you're here. This is a great application. And I'm excited that you're here. So I am going to share my screen a couple of different ways and different things today. I would love you to ask questions maybe when I take a break or put them in the chat. Maybe Todd can help. One thing I do want to mention, just so that you're prepared and if you want to jump off or jump back on, downloading this application on your iPad, iPhone, or computer is really helpful prior to taking this class. If you haven't done it, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you the links and stuff, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time working through that with you, only because I think that if you could download it and then jump back in or come back to the next class, that's going to be the most helpful for everyone as opposed to taking time to download it. So with that, I'm going to share my screen with you, one of my many screens that I'm going to share with you. Give me just a second. Okay, so now you guys should be able to see this screen. And it just says MyFitnessPal. So I love this application because it allows us to have data to take control of our fitness and our wellness journey. It's really a very, very, very powerful, it's very powerful, but it does have limitations at the free application, which is the one we're going to be using. So just to let you know, I don't want you to, be worried or upset or anything if you can't do that much with it, but I have found that we can do quite a bit. So here we go. I have another crazy thing going on with Zoom, Todd. I can't see anyone. I can see their names, but I can't see their pictures. But maybe that's, I don't know what's going on with Zoom today a little bit. Got a little Zoom issues here. That's okay. I'm gonna stick with what I'm teaching you guys, and we're gonna go from there. So maybe Todd can even help me. All right, so we're gonna move forward to the next slide. So the objectives today are to make sure that you have the MyFitnessPal app on your mobile device downloaded, or it's actually a browser that you're going to go through. You're going to go through the MyFitnessPal browser if you're on your computer. They were more similar than different a couple of years ago when I was using it. MyFitnessPal has been bought by a new company out of Under Armour. And So they've changed a little bit. They're not as identical in using it on the computer as they are on mobile. We're going to learn what you can do with MyFitnessPal, how to add content, and then I'm going to just take some questions and see how you guys are doing. But I really would love to figure out what is going on with my Zoom, and or it might not be me. I don't know. I just can't see any of you guys. I'm sorry? Okay. So that's okay. I can hear you. So hopefully Todd will figure this out for me. I don't know why it's not showing me my video. All right, so here we go. So this is the first, if you want to download MyFitnessPal on the App Store from a mobile device, you can, this is what the logo, the icon, the app is going to look like. And the way that you're going to do that is by going to the App Store and looking for this icon, typing in MyFitnessPal. They look a little different. There's a couple of them, and they can look very similar. So make sure that this is the one you're downloading, okay? Really, 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 really important to make sure about that. So anyway, want to make sure that I've got your back now. I've got your beautiful faces. So make sure that you are downloading that one. And that is if you're on the App Store. If you want to go to the Google Play Store, if you're on an Android device, it's going to look a little bit, it's going to look similar, and I'm going to show you that now. So just by a show of hands or by a gesture with a thumbs up, how many of you have already downloaded this application? Almost everybody. Good. Okay. Again, if you haven't, maybe you can do that now while I'm talking. Roanne or Diane?
Yes, I was just late getting my hand raised.
No worries, babe. We're here, whatever. We're all this is good. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Excuse me. How can I download?
How come what, dear?
How can I download the app?
So you have to go to in the App Store. Are you working on your computer or are you working on your iPad or iPhone?
iPhone.
Okay, so on your iPhone, you need to go to the App Store. Do you know what that looks like?
I know, but since I'm on this page, I don't know how to move to that page.
Just hit your home button. You can still talk to me. Just hit your home button on your phone and find the App Store. You can do it while we're together here. And Todd or
The App Store actually called on Android, do you know?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
What is it actually called on an Android phone? Because I don't have anything that says App Store.
Google Play, probably.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Should say Google Play, okay?
I don't know. I can't get to the home store, home page, or whatever you call it.
Joe, I'm not sure who's with me today. Is it Joe or Todd? I've got a few get set up.
Let me help her in the chat.
Oh,
Is that okay for you?
Yeah, Todd. Is that Todd?
Yeah, I'm Todd.
Thank you. Sorry, I have Joe. I have a few of you guys here. I wasn't sure who all was with me. So
Yeah, I can understand, but I will help Henrita in the chat. Is that okay, Henrita?
Yes, please. It is. It's a pleasure. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, they're so wonderful. All my great little assistants. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide, which is just going to show you what it's going to look like in the Google Play Store. It's going to say Calorie Counter, MyFitnessPal. Todd, that might help you as well. So if anybody is on the Google Play Store, it's a free download, and you don't have to pay for any subscription unless you go premium. Okay, I've been actually playing around with it a little bit today, to be honest with you, because the limitations that I thought were there are not quite as limited as I thought they were. So anyway, okay. All right, we're out of the chat. Now we're going to go to the next slide, which is going to, this is what it looks like on the web. So if you are using this application on like Chrome or Firefox or Safari, if you're typing it in on your computer, you're going to type in www.myfitnesspal.com. Okay. So that's just, and then you'll have to do that every time, or you can bookmark it. But a lot of people, just to help you understand this, most applications that are on mobile devices are not an application that you open, so to speak, on your computer. You just open it from the browser, and that's how this one works as well. Okay, I am going to stop this screen share, guys, and I'm going to share my iPad with you because I can then open MyFitnessPal on there and we can work together. All right, so I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to go to another share. Let's see. I have my Let's View. Okay. So now you should be able to see my iPad and it should say Let's View at the top. That is just the application that I'm using to look at you guys. Okay. Don't worry about it. You don't have it. But down here, this is my MyFitnessPal. Okay. And I'm going to open it. Now, has anybody, so only one of you has taken my class before, correct? But many of you have it already downloaded. That's beautiful. So the way it breaks down is that you put in information about yourself in a profile, and we're going to get to that. And you basically tell the application what data you want to keep track of, and then it will help you keep track of it, and it will show you, I will show you how to enter content on that data. So I'm going to go to home, which is right down here. Okay. And the reason I'm going there is because I just want to show you that that is kind of where the home is at. That's not really, it just, if I say to you go home on your application, that's where I want you to go. So now, give me a second. Okay, down here under more, I just clicked that. If you click more, it's going to come up and you're going to see all of this stuff. Get rid of that. And this is how you begin to load, enter the data that you want to be able to track on MyFitnessPal. So the try premium for free, we're not going to do, but I am going to go to my profile and I'm going to click on it. And basically what you will see, because I've been in this app for a little while, so my information might look a little bit more detailed than yours. But it basically has my name at the top. It has that's my login, okay? And then it has a little bit of information about me. So it has my last login today. Now, if I go to edit profile, that's all that you're going to find out here is your username information and some personal data. Okay, I don't have a photo in there, but I do have my gender, I have my height, I have, let me move this guy. I have, the United States, my time, whatever, my time zone, and my email address. That's just the beginning of the profile. Those are just personal data information. If I go back is this button right here. Okay. If I go back and then I go back one more, so now I am back to this page where when I put to more, if I go to goals, that is where you're going to start setting things up. So under goals, you've got a few opportunities to enter some data that will help you get started. So I put in my goals, my starting weight, my current weight, my goal weight. And those are just so for example, if I tap starting weight, it's going to bring up this screen. And so you can move this screen by just sliding this slide bar. You see, if you slide that with your finger, you can move your weight, and that's your starting weight. Okay, is everybody good so far? Great.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Now to get out of that, I clicked the little check mark, the arrow. Then I have my goal weight. Oh, never mind. That's just, okay. Well, yeah, I do want to update it because you guys haven't done this. So if I want to put my goal weight in, it will bring this up as well. And again, you use the bar to slide to what your goal weight is. And then after you have put your goal weight in, you do the check mark at the top and it will put your goal weight. Okay. Your weekly goal is what you would like to achieve per week. You can change this. So if, say I wanted mine to be, I want to lose 1.5 pounds a week. That's what I do, but I just want to show you something. You can also maintain your weight. Like if you're not using this application to lose weight or gain weight, then you can just put maintain weight. Okay, so I'm going to touch the X up there and it's going to take me out of there. Your activity level, I'd like everybody to tap on activity level because your activity level, it plays into some factors of controlling your diet or helping you control your weight, but more in the premium version of this. So this is more just for kind of your benefit, but it may help you achieve your goals or maintain your goals depending upon your activity. All right. So I have that I'm very active because I'm very active. So now I'm going to push the check and it's there. All right, so this next piece is super important. These are your nutritional goals, and this is sort of the meat and potatoes of this application. So if I tap on it, I have determined the amount of calories that I would like to keep my nutritional values at during the day. I can't tell you what your calories are going to be or what you want them to be. This is a little bit more information than this particular unpaid free part of this can give you. It doesn't give you suggested calories, but you can get on the internet, you can get on anything and put in your height, put in your weight, maybe and then look up, you can say, what should my average calorie, be for a day? This is low. This is low, I'm going to tell you. I think it's 2,000 calories a day for most people. I'm a very tiny person, so I keep my calorie count pretty low. But I think it's like 2,000 calories is about what the average person. And then you can decide what you want your breakdown to be. Now, I did this a while ago, and I'm not going to lie, I don't want these values. So I'm going to I'm going to click on carbs. I don't really want my carbs to be 50% of my goal. I only want it to be about 35%. All right. And I need it to add up to a total of 100, right? And as you can see, it only adds up to 80%. I don't know why this is so tiny, but it is. So I have to change my values. So if I want my carbs to be 30%, I want my protein to be actually like 45%. So that takes me over to 105%, which I don't want. So I'm going to reduce my fat to, this is funny, it's only in increments of, okay, if I reduce my fat to 25%, then I get up, then I meet my goal, I have 100%. So I've got my carbs at 30, my protein at 45, and my fat at 25. depending upon your goals, depending upon your body, your like underlying conditions, you have to be, this is not like controlling you, but be aware when you're setting these goals up that you should really maybe confirm them with your doctor or nutritionist or someone, just to make sure that if you're really sticking within these percentages that you have created, that you're not working outside of what are healthy goals for you. Okay. I actually, to be honest with you, my diet is about 50% protein. So I'm going to go back down to 20% fat. As we get older, you need more protein, a little bit less carbs. And that's just for all, I'm just telling you this because I know this, but you need to keep up your proteins up because you need to keep your strength in your muscles and your bones. And in order to strengthen them, you need to have enough protein for your body to work at doing whatever exercises or whatever you're doing. But again, these values are very, very personal values. All right. And what it does for you is once I put this check mark, it updated some things. So as you can see, it made my carbs now at I need 90 grams of carbs a day. But I need 150 grams of protein. All right, so it decreased my carbs and it increased my protein. So it says we've updated your meal goals to fit your new daily goals. And again, you can play around with these numbers. Once you start entering food into your food diary, you'll understand more what foods have what percentages of fat, how many grams of fat, and you can go back and change these goals. So I'm going to push OK. Daily goals you cannot add on the free program. But, I have found, to be honest with you, you pretty much want to keep your goals the same. So daily goals are more for like maybe elite athletes or something that want to have 90% of their protein or 90% of their goals to be protein on Monday and then 80% on Tuesday, something like that. But I think keeping generalized overall goals is probably better. All right, so now I'm going to go, let me shut my door, sorry. So now I'm going to go back to my little, sorry guys, my little arrow up here. I'm going to touch that and it brings me back. So this is about the limitation of the free application. But what's good, it gives you quite enough. The reason you know that it's the limitation is because these are locked, your goal by meal, etc. The one thing you can change is your workouts per week. So if I go to workouts per week and you want to put in your workouts, later on, when we start to enter data, the workout content data will be applied and it will reduce. So say you want to lose a pound a week and your calorie goals are 1,200, it will subtract or basically add. It'll give you opportunity to have more protein or more fat because you've worked off some of it, but that's all calculated in here. So, and you can put in how many minutes you work out. Again, these are kind of arbitrary. So again, if I click, every time I want to finish entering something, I click the check mark, okay? Now, I want to go back up here, and I'm going to go back there. So I have now entered as many goals as I want, and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of these other challenges, nutrition, my meals, that stuff, we're not going to get into, and most of it is restricted on this particular free app, but you don't really need it. You don't need it. use the free app and I have been just fine. I've used it for years and years and years. So you don't have to have the paid app to get really what you want. Although one thing I know a lot of people like to do is steps. If you click on steps, you have to have a step tracking device that will help you. You know, an Apple Watch or a MyFitbit or Fitbit. If you have those, let me know in the chat room, and not today probably, but another day, I will show you how to sync them. So we're going to get into this in a minute, but the beautiful thing about MyFitnessPal is that it is partnered with, I don't even know, like 50 different other applications that you probably know about, have heard about, might be even using, but things that keep track of other health data. And what's great about it is that if you use a watch or you use, your phone, your iPhone just keeps track of your steps automatically every day. So we can add devices, we can add things to sync with this data. And when I get the okay from everybody in a class that we're kind of ready to move on, we will do that. And I will show you how to do that. It's simple, but every application is a little bit different in how it syncs. Okay, any questions at this point? We're good. Are you sure? Everybody's good? Okay, again, I always go back to this guide to go back to my screen. So now I'm going to go into my food diary. This is kind of the fun part of this application. So your food diary is where you keep track of your food, and then it correlates and keeps track of where you are in relation to your goals. So let's go to breakfast. So again, just to be mindful, I have entered some data on this already, but I'm going to show you how to enter data brand new, because what's nice about this app is once you enter like oatmeal and soy milk for breakfast, you won't have to enter that again. You can just copy it. You can just say, that's what I had that day and I want it again this day. So I'm going to go to breakfast and I'm going to go to add food. So as you can see, I have had all these things. I haven't had all these things for breakfast, but this is my history. This is all my history, okay? But if I go to meals, let's go to meals. It will have my breakfast history. So I'm just showing you this for value of later, but I'm going to go back because I want to just show you this. So we had breakfast. And so today I'm going to go to add food. So I'm tapping on add food. Maybe it's going to work. There we go. So I say I had whole wheat toast. So under here where it says search for food, right there, I'm going to type in whole wheat toast. And then I'm going to put enter or search. Now what it gives me is a ton. Like I could just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, right? It gives me whole wheat toast. And what's nice is it gives me the brand. So not all, but hundreds of things are in here. So I had, let's see, I don't know if it's in here. So I use all right, so mine is not in here. So I'm going to see if it will pick up Sara Lee. It's not, because Sara Lee's not in my options. I'm going to see if it'll pick it up. Okay, so it did. So it gave me whole wheat toast or wheat toast or whole wheat white toast. And these are all Sara Lee brands or Sara Lee toasts. So I generally have one slice of whole wheat toast and the brand is Sara Lee. It's this guy. So I'm going to tap on that. Let me get rid of my marks here. And now I'm going to make sure that it is write what I had. So I had 1 slice. But if I wanted to change that, say I had 2 slices, I would click on this, let's see, 1 slice, and let me change this. I want to go to 2 slices. So I have to click Wendy. I don't know why it's not allowing me to change this. Oh, it might, I might have to go to number of servings, which it won't, okay, there. So we go to 2 and then click it. And I don't know why it's not letting me change my serving size. That is strange. Well, it's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, losing my brain. A serving size is 1 piece, but I had 2 servings. So that's why I did that. I'm so sorry. I didn't have a serving size. And it will tell you what a serving size, like if you entered almonds, this is a good exploration. Say we entered, because then I'm going to go back. I just wanted, this is a very good test, or not test, but okay. So if I entered almonds, I frequently do have almonds for breakfast. And then I go to search and it gives me almonds. So a serving size is 1 almond, but I had, I had 15 on 12 almonds. Okay. So it calculates and it changes like calories, it changes the grams based upon what you have entered. So say I want to change that to 14. Okay, so now it changed it. It changed the calories and everything. All right, so we're going to go back. Just going to keep going back for a second till we're back to breakfast. And I'm going to add food. Now, I frequently have rolled oats with soy milk. So if I tap on that, that's why it's in my history. And then it gives me these opportunities down here. So a serving size is a cup. I had a half a serving. All of this I entered. But I want to check that I add frequently paired foods. Okay. And what it will do is it will add the plain unsweetened soy milk. So I have my rolled oats and my plain unsweetened soy milk. So let's just make sure we have all of that. Let's put a check there. Oh, okay, it didn't add it together. That's interesting. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to put the soy milk. You always have to check this mark. Check it. Okay, so now it did it. So this is what's interesting. If you look, it says now it has my plain unsweetened soy milk and it has my rolled oats. And then it breaks down what it has as far as what I have asked to look at. So it gives me the calories, 300, and the milk is 50. The carbs I've gotten are 54, and I've gotten 2 grams of carbs from my milk. And then it just kind of gives you a breakdown of all your carbs, fat, protein, and other things. What's interesting is I didn't ask it to track my sugars, but it's tracking it. And I have to be honest, I don't know exactly why. It might just default on that. All right. Now, what it does up here, my goal was 1,200. It showed me that I used up 350 of that goal on breakfast, and I have 850 remaining. All right. So I'm going to slide down a little bit because I want to show you a couple things. So on the food portion of this, you can add your water and you can add your snacks as you go along. You can add whatever, you want to add. But as you add more and more data, it will remember your data. Okay, so this is for today. So say we're just going to pretend like I'm going to go to tomorrow. So I'm going to go up here to tomorrow. And I'm going to go to breakfast. I'm going to go to add food. And under history, I'm going to go to meals because I want breakfast. So I'm going to go to my breakfast and it shows up from yesterday and it's this breakfast. I'm going to save it. Okay. And then when I go back, I go back again, keep going back. Oh, well, why didn't I save it? Maybe I didn't add it properly. Let's go back again. Sorry about that. Let's go back. Oh, I didn't do the check mark. That's why. Okay, so it already has my tomorrow meal for breakfast in there. You have to remember this crazy little check mark, which is a new thing for me because it used to just enter it. So now I've got my breakfast from yesterday, from today, and now I've got it in for tomorrow. But we're going to go back to today. What I want to show you is that I think it's really, really, really important to add your water. And this is because we're really bad about keeping track of our water. What I do for my water, is that I fill up as much water as I want, and I fill it in 3 different bottles, and I keep it in my fridge. And I have, these bottles are about between, I think they're 20 ounces. And that way I know that if I finish one, then I can put that in the sink or put it in another place. Water, where our bodies are made up of 90% water, we need to replace it. We need to keep it water. So water, 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 water. And I think it's important to keep your water in your data because you forget. And it's kind of a fun thing. You just have to remember, add your water, add your water. So that is how you add food, okay? Now, if I go down to my exercise diary, it's showing me based on what food I've already entered, what I have, what my goals and my remaining. So say I add exercise. So I'm a runner. Well, this has in some history, but I'm going to go to create a new exercise. My new exercise is going to be jumping jacks. Okay. So I'm going to type in jumping jacks. And then I'm going to say that I did it for 5 minutes. I have no idea how many calories I burned, but they're going to figure that out. And then I'm going to push the little check. So see, this is a limitation. So it's not picking that up. Let's try something else. It's not picking up how many, let's just go back to biking. Let's see if it'll pick this up. So I biked for, let's say 50 minutes. Oopsie. Sorry. So if I can get over there, I can't even delete it. Well, let's see if we can't delete. Sometimes you can't even get under. There we go. So I biked for 50 minutes, okay? And again, this is one of the limitations of the free thing. It doesn't always tell you how much you burn, but say I burned 100 calories. And I'm going to know that because I looked it up. Now, if I go to check, exercise added successfully, dismiss, but now it gave me back more calories. See? So now I have 950 remaining. So what's nice about putting in the exercise is that it does increase your calories for the day because you've exercised. But I want to share a really very personal story about this, guys. I'm going to go back to my home. I'm going to go just to our food diary. I think that in our crazy times of the pandemic and of life and of getting older and keeping track of things, I think we need to keep track of our mental state more than we need to keep track of our exercise and what we're eating. I think at this age, we all know what is good and what is bad. I think we know that moving our bodies is a great thing. I think we know that keeping ourselves strong, keeping ourselves flexible. And I teach a class on this, keeping ourselves balanced, getting our heart rate up. These are all really important things. Does it matter if we really enter it in this? I don't really think so. I think what matters, and what I like about the free version, I'm not going to lie, is that it's just enough information. Okay. It's not like, I mean, these MyFitnessPal, anything that keeps track of all your stuff, I think they're great. But I also think we're in a time when we're just been Zooming so much and we've been on our devices so much. And I love it for teaching. But as far as keeping track of your own personal life, just enjoy what you're doing. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the moments of being with your family, being with friends, being with your grandchildren. And if you're out and you're walking, you know you're getting exercise. If you're very serious about losing weight, this is not the application, and this is not the way to do it. This is about keeping you accountable for what you want to eat and do other things. What's nice about this is it does give you the calories of and the percentages of fat, protein, whatever, of the foods that you are eating. And I think that's healthy to know. I think it's important to know those things. But I don't want you to use this and be neurotic about it and be sitting at dinner and you're finally out for dinner with people and you're having a conversation and you're like, hold on a second, I got to enter my dinner. Don't do that. Use this as a backup tool for keeping yourself accountable that you had a good diet that day, good nutrition. Don't use it to the exclusion of a conversation or anything else. This is just a personal request because I think we're all just keeping track of maybe the wrong things in our lives. We need to keep track of our health on a global, and that's not just what we put in our mouth, okay? So that's my little pitch. That's my little Wendy pitch because it's really important to me that you are mindfully being aware of everything in your life, not just the food that you put in, and so have fun with things. So one of the other things I want to go over, guys, first of all, I want to stop and make sure, does everybody know how to enter food? Do you feel safe, comfortable, and know that you can delete things if you made a mistake? That's as important as entering it, right? Don't worry about it. So say you enter, so for example, say I'm entering my dinner and I'm going to put down barbecue chicken. This is just going to be a fun little exercise. I'm going to put down barbecue chicken. And it's going to search and it's going to come up with 100 different kinds of barbecue chicken. And I'm going to put down that I, had a Mongolian barbecue chicken and that I had, I wonder if it's going to let me do this. Yeah. Say that I had, I didn't mean to put this, but say I had 10 servings. Okay. That's just for fun. So as you can tell, that was 1,020 calories. Okay. It can't even predict everything else. It was so over the top. But you can change it. So that was already 85% of my complete value, my complete daily goals was just had in my, whoa, sorry about that.
How many calories in a glass of wine?
I love you. Now you're talking the right stuff. Let's check that out.
We gotta save that amount for that.
I gotta tell you something, babe. I don't even think you need to worry, but let's check it out. And it really depends. It depends on what, I think it depends on, are we drinking white wine or red wine?
Doesn't matter. I drink white, but.
Go for it. Absolutely. Let's search for it. I don't even know, but it depends. Okay. So it's anywhere from, if you kind of just look down here, it's anywhere from 100 to the highest calories for, this is one glass, it looks like, is 200 for a cup of I don't know what that is. Macro math. I don't know what that is. Most of them are about 100.
Wow.
They're, you know, I mean,
So if we drank only one, we didn't eat, we'd be
you know, look, it used to be really like calories in, calories out. I am learning that that is not really the truth. It is the kind of calories. So while there are a lot of programs that do count calories, I steer away. If anyone ever asks me what I think is the best diet program, and I've got a couple that are my favorites, counting calories is literally like, you will go crazy and it may work for a while, but I'm telling you, if you're living your life counting your calories, then you are not living your life. So, okay, we're going to go back to this and I'm going to go back here. Just want to show you a couple other things down here. So if I hit on what? No, I don't want that. If I hit on progress over days, this, I haven't, kept this log. I don't keep track of what I eat. I know what I eat is good for me. I keep track in my head of when I don't eat good. But I think because I'm teaching this class, I'm going to start keeping track because it's kind of fun. I don't know, it's not fun. I do so much data entry. I have so many things going on in my world where I'm typing and I'm entering this is like not one of them. But if it's cool to you, that's awesome. This is just, I wanted you to see that it showed progress. Okay, so if by chance you have really kept strictly to your goals, it will show you your progress. And this little blue line will go up and down and up and hopefully down. That's just to be aware that that's what that does. Now, if I go to nutrition, it will show me as the day goes on. So right now I've only entered breakfast, but it will give me a pie chart of the percentage of my calorie goal by meal. And then you can go to more, and then you're back to that first screen that I was telling you guys about that just showed you my profile and goals and things like that. To be honest with you, one of the most fun things about this particular app, honestly, is just the connectivity to your other step trackers or things like that. I just think that keeping a macro like awareness of your steps is much more important. If you ate 10 pancakes that wasn't so good. You know that. Why do you need to write it down and tell yourself that again? It wasn't good, right? Just be good to yourself. Honor yourself. Be aware that you're so lucky to be here, to be alive, to be breathing, to be walking. Just, and if you want to have 10 pancakes one day, then you will have 0 pancakes for the next week. And that's fine too. Just be happy and be good to yourself. Be thankful and be honest. I cannot stress that enough. I think we're all under such a boatload of confused emotions and mental upside down cake that I just want you to be aware that food and nutrition is important and exercise is equally important, but they're separate. Enjoy your walks, enjoy your bananas or your pancakes, and hopefully you've gotten this far in life. We're all at an age now where we are in control completely, okay? So none of us are training for a marathon, I don't think. I would like to, but I'm not. We're just training to be good to our bodies. And that's sort of my whole thing with this. And I think this is a good piece of software, but I don't want you to live by it. All right. So any questions from today? No questions. You have to have questions.
Wendy, I can't find that food diary on my iPhone. I had the profile, plans, recipe discovery, workout routines, goals, challenges.
Okay. You know what? Yeah. So it's at the very bottom. You should see food diary.
I don't have that. It says settings, privacy center, help, and sync. Oh, I see it. Okay, diary. Okay.
Yeah.
At
It's
the very bottom.
no, yeah, it's a little confusing. It's way down at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, you're so welcome. Okay, I'm going to stop this screen share, guys, and I'm going to do something else that's going to go back to just show you us a couple other cool things that this application does, actually. We're going to share this, go back to here. Okay, we're going to share this one. So now we're back to this little guy. So that's my exercise partner. If you have a dog, or you have a cat, or you have a duck, or whatever you want to walk, make sure that you get them out because they will never say no to you. So make sure that you take your partner out whenever you can. These are some things that you will see on the app when you download it with your free membership. I've discussed every single one of these today. I thought I had an app in here. I could have sworn our slide that showed all the different connections, but I suppose I didn't. I wanted to. Well, anyway, what I was going to show you, I think I'll add it as a slide, were all, you know what? No, I'm not going to add it as a slide. I'm going to show it to you right now. Give me 1 second. I am going to just type this in right now. Apps connected to MyFitnessPal, because I want you to see this. Might mess up my slides, but who cares? Okay. So what's cool about this is that I'm going to go here. That's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the images of these. Let's see the images of all the apps. Okay, so you can, your Garmin, your Fitbit, if you have a watch, a Polar watch, if you have a Samsung phone, if you have an Apple Watch, if you have any of these devices or applications already on your, like, so I don't know if you ever, anybody downloaded Map My Run or Map My Walk. I used to use Map My Walk and Map My Run. And again, MyFitnessPal was bought out by another company. But fortunately, they were able to take all their connected apps with them as synced because it was all under the Under Armour company. But Map My Run and Map My Walk are all apps that you can put on your phone. And then they're really easy to set up. You use the same login from your MyFitnessPal for these apps, and they keep track of like your steps and your routes and whatever. They're fun because they actually help you in your fitness kinds of goals. I just think it's nice to kind of know what your routes were, or what, if you want to know your steps. There's a lot of connected applications, and that was kind of what I wanted you to know, is that there's just a lot of connected applications I'm kind of getting out of where I wanted to be with you guys, but that's okay. So there's just a ton of connected applications for MyFitnessPal. And I think, if there's anyone that you are questioning if it's connected or how you use it or how you connect it, put it in the chat and let me know, and we'll try to get that worked out. If you have, again, any questions on downloading this app, let's try to resolve that early in our sessions on this particular app, and or try it on your own, because I think you'll enjoy this class and the use. I'm going to start getting a little bit deeper into some things, into some nuances of the app, but I want to make sure you have the app and you know how to use the basics, because otherwise it's not any good. So, did everybody have a good Easter weekend? Yes, no, whatever you celebrate. I don't celebrate Easter, but I had a good weekend. So,
I downloaded while you were talking, so I'm looking at my phone now, and it comes on as all these different, pictures and like, where do you start when you start on your app? It's a,
yeah, you have the MyFitnessPal app downloaded?
yeah, well, yeah, I was doing that while you were doing this class just now. It's a shame that I would have had it done before, but they should have told us, to have it done before the class.
Well, it doesn't have to be done. It's sort of one of the agenda items is to have it,
Right.
is that we teach
I
it.
guess my first question is, what it looks like stuff on the bottom, it says home diary, recipes, plans,
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So
Go to more at the very bottom.
more? I have no more. No more.
No more.
It says home diary, recipes, plans, and me. No more. It's a
Home
plus. Let me try
diary.
a plus.
Oh, it should say home diary, progress, and more. You're sure you're on the right MyFitnessPal app?
No. I mean, I downloaded, my fitness, which is a Google, right?
No, it has to be MyFitnessPal.
So I have to get this off and change it to MyFitnessPal. Okay, will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wendy,
Yes.
how do you sync your Garmin with your MyFitnessPal?
So you know what, Josephina, I don't have time to do that with you today, but I will. If you go into, I can just kind of tell you briefly. If you go into MyFitnessPal, give me 1 second, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. If you go into MyFitnessPal and you go into more, at the bottom there's something that says sync.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But you have to find your, I'm not sure whether you do it from which way it goes. I think it goes, let me think, wait, actually, let me just, hold on a second. Maybe you go to apps and devices. You go to apps and devices, which is on this profile, this first page. You go to apps and devices. And if you have a Garmin, you go to Garmin Connect.
Mhm.
And then you can go to, if you have it, you just go to connect and it will connect it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you can sign in and it should sync it. That's a good question. And my plans are, once everybody gets, if we have a group that stays with us, we get connected, I will put in the notes how to sync to some of the more common applications and devices, the Apple Watch, the Apple, the Fitbit, the Garmin, things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, listen, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I would like you to know that I have recorded this. So if you'd like to get a recording, you could request it by emailing help@getsetup.io. Make sure to tell all your friends and family members about Get Set Up. I teach a lot of different classes. I teach health and wellness and technology and travel. I teach a lot of different things. I'd love to have you join me again. It's really fun to get to know people. And thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Okay. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.